Hello.
Yeah, on to the next. Hello, how old are you?
Me, I'm 19.
Are you pro-choice?
Yes, I'm pro-choice.
All right, go pick the girls. Sure, that's fine. Um, go ahead and give. Yeah, we're not doing that. Go ahead and give the argument, your argument, that leads to a pro-choice conclusion.
Okay. Sure. So, like, I think a woman can kill a living organism or just an organism to sustain her physical well-being.
Okay, great. I understand this. What I'm doing is looking for the argument that leads to this conclusion being morally permissible.
I'm sorry. You're asking for what, like a modus for like a modus ponens syllogism or something? Like, what do you mean?
Yes.
Okay, sure. So, I mean, I figured you could just plug in the premises here. Let's just say this. If a woman wants to sustain her physical well-being, then she can kill an organism. The fetus is an organism, not a human. Abortion is when a woman kills an organism. Hold on, hold on. Let me finish the argument. I
No,
promise it'll make
no,
sense.
because
Hold
I
on, let me
already
finish
have
the argument. Hold on, hold
contention.
on. Let me just finish the argument.
No,
Let
because
me
I
just
already
finish the
have
argument.
contention. Hello? Like, are you paying attention? Shut up for a minute.
You asked for
Holy
the argument.
fuck.
You asked
Okay?
for the argument.
So I have contentions, okay? You can't go past where I see issues. Okay? Are we good now?
Go ahead. Go ahead and give your contentions. Go ahead.
Okay, so my contention is that you're saying that it's just an organism. This organism is not human.
Yes, I don't think it's
Okay.
ontologically a human.
This organism is clearly a human
How?
biologically
I don't
because
care
it's
about
not of
biology.
any other species.
I don't care about biology and what it is. Yeah, sure, it has like two human parents and it has like unique human DNA. That's not what classifies something as a human, like categorically.
It is a member of the species
I don't
Homo
care. I
sapien.
don't
What are you
care
talking
biologically
about?
that's a human. Sure, biologically it's a human. That doesn't
Okay, well then
classify it
there's
as a
no
human.
point in having a conversation if you're a flat earther.
What are you talking? What? Wait, what? How does that?
Yeah,
That's a.
if you
How does
just
that? How does
deny,
that?
like if
How
you
does that correlate?
hello, if
Hi.
you just deny science, then
I'm not denying
clearly
science. This is
you
philosophy.
are.
You asked me for wait. You asked me for
No,
a
it's
philosophical
not.
argument. Now you're moving to science. What?
Hello? Anybody that is any kind of inclined with any kind of philosophy would agree that it is human. What are you talking
Wait.
about?
People argue about whether or not it's human all the time. What do you mean?
No,
Under
they
abortion,
don't.
under philosophy, under philosophical abortion debates, people are constantly arguing about whether or not it's actually a human being. Yes.
No,
No,
they're
they're
debating on if
not.
it's a person, not a
Yes.
human being.
Yes. Wait.
Exactly.
Hold on.
They
A human
argue
being in
personhood.
accordance to
They
a person.
don't
Sure.
argue if it's human or not, you dumb fuck.
They are arguing whether or not it's a human, like
No, they're
ontologically whether or not it's a
not.
human. Yes, they
You're a
are.
fucking
What is a human?
moron.
Wait. What is
And
a
you
human? What
think
is
you're
a
smart
human?
because you can pronounce the word philosophy, but
How do
you're
you know?
really
Wait,
not.
how
You
do you
have
know what's
no
a
idea
human?
what
What
you're
tells you
talking
if
about,
something's a
my guy.
human? What tells you if something's a
None.
human?
You have no fucking
What
clue.
is a human? What is a human?
Hello is just a member of the species Homo
Just a member
sapien.
of the
What are
species.
you
Just a
talking
member of the
about?
species. Just.
Hello? Yeah, go ahead.
My bracelet.
Oh, I got it. Go ahead. Do
Okay,
what?
so let me give you something better. Let me give you something better. All right.
Please do,
Yeah,
because that
so
was trash. Try again.
yeah, sure. No. I'm gonna give the same argument. I'm just gonna tell you like what a human being is, right? So like under my like semantics, right? A human being would be like an individual member with that's clearly biologically human, obviously, that has a human body, that has consciousness and then has ability to survive outside of a host. Right? Like those will all be necessary conditions of being a human being. Those will all be necessary conditions of being a human being, right? So like I have more reasons to believe that the fetus is more it's just simply an organism like a tree or, like mushrooms, like all the organisms around you, right? I have more reasons to believe that it coincides with that rather than being a human being like the rest of us. So I've given you reasons to believe that it's not a human being like the rest of us. So now I'm looking for like reasons for me to believe that it is a human being like the rest of us or that its future matters.
Wait, that's what she's trying to do an internal critique of your position. That's going back to hers.
She asked me questions and then said my position was absurd, so I cleared it up and I said, okay, do you want to go over to your position? So do you guys want to go back
No,
to
you didn't clear
to
anything
justify?
up
Yes,
because
I
you're
did clear it
still
up. Yes, I
denying
actually did
something.
clear it up. Yes, I actually did
No,
clear up
you
my
did
semantics.
not.
So now it's been cleared.
You
So
did
now,
not.
you want to go back to the argument? You want to go back to the argument
No,
that you
you
asked me to give
didn't
you?
clear up anything.
You want me to go back to the argument that I was giving you?
You're still
Okay,
denying
okay, sure. So
facts and
the fetus is
evidence.
not a human. The fetus is not a human. It's an organism. An abortion is when a woman is killing a fetus, which, like I said, is an organism, to sustain her physical well-being. Therefore, abortion is permissible.
What were your necessary conditions?
Necessary conditions for what?
Hello?
Wait, sorry, my phone, 10%. What was my necessary conditions for what?
For moral consideration?
Oh,
To
I
be a
didn't give
human?
necessary conditions for moral
To be a
consideration.
human.
I gave
No,
necessary
for
conditions
human.
for being a human. I think
Okay,
that
well-
organisms have moral consideration as well.
Okay, what's the necessary condition to be human?
To be a human, yeah. So I gave 3 necessary conditions: that you have a distinctly human body, that you have a conscious experience, and that you have an ability to survive outside of a host. Those are the 3 conditions I gave.
Okay, what is human body? What does it have to have?
Like a distinctly human body, we could identify humans as like being like bipedal creatures that are generally hairless. Like there's obviously there's obvious like characteristics that you can look at to distinguish something as a human. I'm saying that that's important, right? Like a human being, like a human is not like an animal can't be a human being, right? Just because I give an animal like a human brain doesn't mean that that's a human being, right? Like I'm talking about a human body.
So, just a torso?
No, just in general, like easily, like it's identified as a human body. Like it clearly has a human body. Like you can take away a limb, sure. That's still a human body, though. It's still identified as a human body.
Okay. Okay, so if we see arms and legs, it's human?
Not just arms and legs, just in general, you can identify it clearly as a human. Yeah.
Why does it have to look like a human? I mean, I don't understand what
I mean,
does
if
it have-
something, wait, so hold on. If something looks like an animal and has like a human brain, you wouldn't say that that's a human being, right? You would say that that's an animal with a human brain. So that's not a human being. I think a necessary condition to being a human being would be that you have to have a human body, right?
Okay. So, and you just said a human body is just hairless?
Oh, well, that's one of the characteristics. You can have hair and still be a human. I'm just saying that you asked me for like generally like what like are the characteristics of like being a human.
You
Of like being
you
of like having a
your-
human body.
Your answer is circular. You're saying a human body has to look like a human. Well, what is that?
Wait, no, my answer was a definition, and definitions are circular. What is a table? Oh, a table is like a thing that goes in your kitchen. Oh, what's the thing that goes in your kitchen? Yeah, it's a table. Yeah, so it's going to be,
Definitions are circular?
yes,
That's
it's going to be
a good one.
circular. Wait, hold on. So what is a table? A table is something that goes in my kitchen that I eat on. Okay, what's something that goes in your kitchen that you eat on? Yeah, that's a table. Yeah, that's circular.
Well, no, you could say a stool could be, something you eat off of.
And then what is something you eat off of? A stool.
You can eat off of a stool.
Yeah, so it's circular.
Right, but you could say a stool is like
So that would just be circular.
A stool is something that has like a small seat, has 3 legs, sometimes has 4 legs.
Okay, so then you just be changing to talk about something else.
I'm defining a stool.
So you'd be shifting to something else, not what we're talking about.
Well, someone was just say, what's the definition of healthcare? To help your health. That's a definition.
To help your health of healthcare, I would say no. That's not the definition of healthcare.
Okay, but that's my definition.
I mean, sure, you could say definitions are subjective. Sure.
Right? Yes, they
Okay,
are.
okay.
But am I telling you anything about the word healthcare by saying it just helps your health?
No, you're not saying anything about healthcare. No.
Right. And so I'm asking you.
Wait, what
What
did
is a
I say?
human?
What
You're
does that
saying
apply to
what
what
a
I said?
human
What did I
body-
say? What did I say?
You said a human. I asked you what a human body is. You said it has to, a human body would have to be features of human. Okay. Well,
Wait, I described certain characteristics that tell you whether or not something's a human body. I'm not going to go over like an entire list of human. I said like generally creatures that are like bipedal, that are like slightly hairless. Like I gave you certain characteristics that like define something as like being human. Like I'm not going to go through the entire list. Like you can imagine what makes something a human, right?
I need you to go down a list.
Wait, why do you need me to go down a list? Okay, this is ridiculous. You
Because-
don't need me to go down a list. You're trying to move the debate to something else.
I'm asking you for your necessary conditions to be human.
Yeah, and I
You said
satisfied
I had
the
to have a
necessary
human
conditions.
body. I asked you what a human body is. You said human features. So what is that?
I gave you some of the features. I'm not going to give you every single feature of the human
You
body. I
gave
mean,
me
do you want me to go
two.
from head to
You
toe?
gave
Do
me
you want me to go from head to toe about the features of the human body? Because then that just becomes,
you
yeah.
gave me
So then
two.
the
You
entire
said
debate is just going to
some.
become me describing the
You
human body.
said some hair and something else.
Yeah, I
What
gave
else
you
is
a
there?
couple of characteristics on in a list of
What's the
characteristics that
second
tell
one?
you.
Some hair.
I
Yes,
said
some
like
hair. What
bipedal. I
else?
said like bipedal creatures. But generally, somebody can be in a wheelchair and still have a human body, right? But generally, they have the capacity for being like bipedal, right?
Okay, what else?
What else? I
Some
mean, I'm
hair,
not going to go down
bipedal.
an entire list of like being a human, right? Like, let's say something else. Like, let's say they have what's the name for your thumbs whenever you can like grab things? Do you know what I'm talking about? I can grab something. Hi,
You
Link.
have to have
What's up, Link?
thumbs. You have to have thumbs to have a human body.
Well, I mean, you're asking me for characteristics. No, you don't have to have thumbs specifically. Someone can have an injury and not have thumbs anymore, still have a human body.
Okay. Okay,
But
so I
it's
don't know why you're bringing up.
characteristics. Because you
I
asked
don't
me
see
for
why you're.
characteristics of a human body, I'm telling you
I don't understand
characteristics
why
of
you're
a human
bringing up
body.
thumbs when if some people don't have thumbs. That's
Because
not
you
what.
asked me for characteristics of a human body, what defines something as a human body.
Yes,
And so I'm
yes, because you
telling you
said
the general characteristics, right? This isn't going to apply
wait,
to every single person across the face of the earth.
net job. Listen, unless you said I asked you for your necessary conditions.
Yep.
You said a human body.
Yep.
Okay, I asked you what a human body was, and you said some hair, bipedal, and thumbs.
I gave you a couple of characteristics of the long list of characteristics of the human body. I don't know what
Okay,
you're
well,
confused
you
about. Do you
said
not know what a human
thumbs,
body looks like?
but now you're saying some thumbs.
Wait, some thumbs? When did I say that?
Yeah,
When did
I
I
know.
say some thumbs?
There's
I said some people don't have thumbs. Some people don't have thumbs.
right. So would they? So would
But
they
it's a
not have a
general
human body?
characteristic. Not everyone is bipedal. Not everyone can walk on two legs. But human beings are distinctly known for being able to walk on two legs, right? Not everyone can walk on two
Okay.
legs.
Okay, great. So that's not a necessary condition.
It's a characteristic. Those conditions themselves aren't necessary conditions, but having the human body itself, being able to define something as a human body, right? Like looking at the biology of it, right? You look at the bipedal nature, you look at the general hairlessness, right? You look at the thumbs, like the opposable thumbs that can grab things. Generally, like that's what defines something as a human body. I don't know what you're confused about.
That defines. Okay. All right. So some people walk on two legs and thumbs. But you said this had to be necessary conditions, but not all people can do this. Right?
Oh no, I didn't say that those themselves are a necessary condition. I said that having a human body is a necessary condition. Being able to identify somebody
and you
as
define a
having a
human
human body.
body as these three things: walking,
I didn't
thumbs,
define it
and
as
feet.
three things. I gave you three
Yes.
characteristics of a long list of characteristics. This is the third time I've said this. This is the third time I've said this to you.
Oh, Link, you're here. You wanna
Yeah, Link is up here.
You want to talk to this guy because he
I
thinks we
have
need to have
talked to
fun.
Link twice. I would like to talk to you. I can talk to Link after you, but I want to talk to you first.
I can't get past the
That's
thumbs.
fine. I can wait.
Yeah, I'll talk to Link after you, but I want to talk to you first because you were asking me you were asking me about my necessary conditions.
Yes, your necessary conditions.
Yeah.
You said human body. That's what a human body is.
Human body, consciousness, and ability to survive outside of a host.
It's a viability. Okay.
Yeah, which
Since the human body thing is just weird because some people don't have thumbs, some people can walk, and
But generally, if
don't
somebody
hair.
doesn't have thumbs, you could still identify them having a human body. If somebody's in a wheelchair, you could
Okay,
still
but
identify
then-
the human body, right?
But then that's not a necessary condition of what a human body is.
Wait, the individual characteristics themselves aren't necessary conditions, but having the human body part, that is a necessary condition.
Okay, so
Like I said, we're
what
going
are
back
the
to what I said before. If I put a human brain inside of a cat, that's not a human being. That's just a cat with a brain, right? So having a human body is essential to being a human being.
Okay. I don't think you understand. So let's go to viability. Okay.
Okay.
What's your definition of viability?
Like ability to survive outside of a host.
Able to survive outside of the coast. Okay, and how long did they have to survive in order to be considered viable?
How long do they have to survive? Well, I mean, they're still relying on people, right? They're still relying on other organisms to survive, but they're not relying on the host itself. They're not relying on one host, and that's important whenever you're distincting organisms from one another.
Okay, so what if hypothetically we had a baby that's born and it's still connected to the umbilical cord, and
Okay.
they say this child will not be viable, but until we take you up to the 10th floor of this hospital. But she's like, well, I don't want to be pregnant anymore, and so if they cut it, it'll kill it because it's not viable. Should she be able to cut it
No.
and kill the child while it's not? Why?
Should she be able to cut the child? And how many weeks in is this? How many weeks in is this?
We'll just say it's like, why does that matter?
Because I haven't given you my like reasons. I gave you my reason, but like I haven't said that. Oh, sorry if you heard that. I haven't said that like viability itself is the reason why like a woman can have an abortion. I said, and also the reason why a woman can kill a fetus is to sustain her physical well-being, right?
Okay, great. So part of your necessary conditions is viability. Well, this child right now that's born is not viable, so why can't she kill it?
Why can't she kill it?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not sustaining. Wait, what? It's not sustaining her physical well-being in that instance. What are you talking about? That was the argument. Do you remember the argument that I gave as to why the woman can have an abortion?
Yeah, for like her mental health or to sustain her well-being.
And what were the 3 conditions that I gave for like for like something to be a human being?
Human body, subjective experience, and viability.
Correct. So why would the woman be able to have an abortion in this instance?
I'm talking about viability. I'm not asking about abortion. I'm asking why can't she kill this child that's not viable?
Well, yeah, you're precisely asking about an abortion in this case. Yeah, you're asking why can't she kill the child in this case?
No.
Why would she be allowed? Why would I allow her to kill the child? She's not sustaining her physical well-being. She's not sustaining her physical well-being in this instance, right? So she doesn't have a right to kill the child.
What do you mean she's not sustaining her well-being? It's going to help her if she disconnects. It will be sustaining her well-being because she doesn't want to be connected to this baby anymore.
It doesn't matter if she doesn't want to be connected to the being. That's not that's not like rational, like physical well-being, right? Like if I say that I want to kill this baby because I can't imagine having a boy inside of me. That's harming my well-being, right? Like that's not something that's rational, right? Like I wouldn't provide credence.
This is going to help her well-being, right?
How is it going to help her well-being? In what way?
Yeah, she hates boys.
That she hates boys? Yeah, then she's not allowed to get an abortion in that case, no.
Why?
Because that's not a rational reason for her to protect her physical well-being.
Yeah, that's
like obviously we're talking. No, that's not. Wait, that's not circular. What are you talking about? Like it's obviously it's going to be defined as rational, right? Rational is going to be intrinsic to the reasons that she gives for her physical well-being, right? Like if she says that like, oh, like I don't want to walk around the house with a baby inside of me, I'm just going to go get an abortion. Yeah, clearly she can't get an abortion in that instance. I wouldn't say that she can get an abortion.
Okay, maybe we should go this way. What do you mean by physical well-being?
I mean as in like you have to go through 36 weeks of, sickness, weight gain, things of that nature. Like overall, like whenever a woman is asking to get an abortion because she doesn't want to go through that experience, that changes the entire changes that happen to her body. I think it's permissible for her to have an abortion in that case. But I think once you get to the 20th week where, the baby is viable, the baby has a conscious experience, the baby has a body, things of that nature, I think the abortion is impermissible after that.
Okay. So let's just say, by the way, it's not viable at 20 weeks, not viable till 21 weeks.
Well, there was a baby. I believe there was a baby that was born at 20 weeks, maybe 21 weeks, if I'm wrong.
You know that, right?
It was in California.
No, the Guinness World Record recognizes a baby that was earliest born at 21 weeks.
Okay, then it was 21 weeks. I thought it was 20 weeks. It was the baby that was born in California, I think. I don't know. I saw Charlie Kirk talking about that.
But you know that the viability is going to be different everywhere, right?
Yeah, of course it's going to be different everywhere. Yeah. Okay. Like in some countries it's going to be different than other countries. At different times and places it's going to be different than other times and places. Yeah.
Right. So I don't know why you're saying 20 or now 21 weeks if
Well,
it's going to be different.
because generally, like, the baby has its body at that point, the baby has a conscious experience at that point, and the baby generally is viable at that point. So it's a good place
Well,
for me to place.
it wouldn't be viable everywhere.
It would be a good legal standard for me to set, though.
I'm not asking about pragmatics.
Okay, then what are you asking? What do you mean you're not asking about pragmatics? You asked me, like, why would I place it at 20 weeks if viability changes? But it doesn't matter that viability changes. What matters is placing a legal precedent, right?
No, I'm asking. Okay, no. Okay, we'll get back to that. Okay, but so you said physical well-being.
Whoa.
You said one of them sickness, change,
Whoa.
and hello.
Sorry. I was talking to somebody else.
You said and improving her experience, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, she's got this baby that was born and is not viable until the cord is connected or disconnected. But she doesn't want to be she wants to be disconnected because it will help her self-experience. So why can't she kill it?
It will help her self-experience, but she has to go up like 10 floors to get the abortion.
No, you're not following.
I thought this was the same hypothetical from earlier.
Yeah, it's not an abortion. It won't be viable until it's up 10 floors when they can disconnect it.
Okay, so what is she doing? She's killing it? So that's not an abortion? Her killing the baby is not an abortion? I'm confused.
Okay.
You're right, I'm not tracking.
Okay. We have a baby that's born at 21 weeks. Okay. It is not viable at the moment, but it will be viable once they go up the 10 floors and disconnect it from the mother. Got it?
Okay.
Well, she doesn't want to keep going through this experience of being connected to this baby anymore. So, can she kill it by cutting the cord?
Can she kill? Sure, yes. In this instance, yes, she can kill it. If she doesn't want to be connected anymore and she has and you're saying that she has reasons, then I would detract from what I said earlier, where she doesn't have rational reasons to continue her well-being or to sustain her well-being. So I would change that. I would retract from that statement that I made earlier.
So she can kill the newborn.
I would say yes, she can kill the newborn in this instance.
Well, there's the reductio. Link, it's your turn.
Oh, a reductio is supposed to showcase an absurdity under someone's worldview. That's expected under my worldview. That's not an absurdity.
To be absurd? Yeah, I would agree.
To be absurd? Yeah, so it's not. It's expected under my worldview. It's not absurd.
Yes, I understand. Your worldview.
It's absurd absurd under your ethical system. It's not absurd under my ethical system.
I think it would be a little bit irrational on most people's,
No,
biology.
I think it would be very rational. I think it would be expected.
You think infanticide is rational?
Infanticide? No. I think that the woman in this instance, in this hypothetical, where the woman wants to sustain her physical well-being and she kills the infant, I think that's expected. Yes.
Yeah, infanticide. Congrats.
Oh, that's not infanticide, but sure. It's not the same as saying that she can just kill her baby. It's not the same as saying that she can just kill her baby.
Infanticide is any death below the age of 1. So yes,
sure, but it's not saying that she can just kill her newborn baby like outright, right? Like it's just saying that she has reasons to, that she has like physical reasons, that she has like interests in her own physical well-being, right? And that was the argument that I made.
So she could kill a newborn for this too. I mean, or even yes.
No, wait. What was my argument? What was my argument earlier?
For sickness, change, or to preserve her experience.
In accordance to what? What can she kill?
Physical well-being.
And what can she kill to do that? And what can she kill to sustain that?
Her offspring.
Her offspring. Oh, that wasn't the argument that I gave you. That was not the argument that I gave you.
A human body.
Oh, that wasn't the argument that I gave you either.
Wait, you said the necessary conditions to be a human.
Oh, no, that wasn't the argument that I gave you either. And the necessary conditions for what?
To be human.
To be a human? Yeah, and what were the necessary conditions? The
human body?
Yes,
subjective
correct.
Experience?
Correct.
And viability.
And correct. And what did I say that she can kill?
Her offspring.
No.
What would she be killing?
She would be killing the fetus, the organism. She would be killing the
fetus
organism.
is an offspring, dickwad.
Okay, so you're changing the semantics, right? Because you're talking about
The
infanticide.
semantics,
Because you're talking about infanticide.
Battery level low.
You're talking about infanticide in this instance. So obviously you are playing semantics.
I can't.
Here.
I'm gonna crash out.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I mean, I don't. I was just asked to come up here. I mean, you guys were talking about human. That sounded really weird. Can you just define the term?
Human, like the necessary conditions for being a human.
Just the definition.
The definition of a human would just be like the offspring of two human parents with unique human DNA.
Okay, so a fetus fits that?
A fetus does fit that biologically, yes. I said that like at the start of the debate.
Oh, okay. I was under this impression you didn't think embryos were human or something.
Oh yeah, I was like making like we were arguing about I guess like ontology, or like the personal identity of the fetus and stuff like that.
No, you weren't. You were saying it wasn't human.
Fucking liar! You're a liar.
Wait, hold on. Did I what did I just say? What did I just say?
You said it was not human.
Yeah, and did I detract that statement just now? Did I say that? Oh, I didn't say that. It
Holy
wasn't.
fuck.
Did I detract that? Did I detract that? No, I didn't detract that. I said that yes. I said that it was that it is biologically a
I
human.
need the clip of
But
this,
where we
by the way.
disagreed was on the personal identity. Right? Where we disagreed was that I
No.
don't think it's a human being like the rest of us. Yes, I did say that. Yes, I did say that. I'm recording this right now. I'm going to go back. I'm recording this right now. I definitely said that. I most
You said
definitely
it was
said that.
not human, goofball.
Yes, I did say that. Wait, did I say that I didn't say that? That I didn't say that it was a
Oh
human?
my.
Are you saying you're doing a retraction?
I'm saying that I admit that it is biologically a human. I just don't think that it's metaphysically a human being.
Now you throw in metaphysics when at the beginning
I was
you
talking
stated
about
that.
metaphysics this
No,
whole
shut up.
time. I was talking about
Shut your
personal
fucking
identity
mouth.
this whole
Because
time.
at the beginning
You were
I
not
said,
tracking.
I specifically
You were not
stated that
tracking
what
the
is
arguments.
what is debated upon is personhood, not if it is human or not. And you said no, that if it's human is what is debated upon.
Yes, Phil. Yeah, in accordance to what? In accordance to like what branch of science or whatever you want to call it? In accordance to what? Did I say that it's debated whether or not it's a human? Oh,
Dude, I'm fucking done. You're just
yeah. You
you're
don't
nothing
remember.
but a
Yeah,
liar.
you don't remember. Yeah, you don't remember because you were not tracking the arguments.
Okay, well, it sounds like there's a lot of discrepancy here, so
Yes,
maybe I
most
just
definitely.
maybe I
Yes,
just found out of the
Yeah,
conversation.
like you definitely said it was not. And I even
I
said
did say that. Yes, I did say that.
You said it was not a human.
Yes, I did say
Okay.
that. We've gone over this like 4 times. I
Okay.
did say that it was not a
So now
human.
you're saying you
In
retract.
accordance to what? What about what? Like there's multiple like ways that you can define a human. In accordance to what? In accordance to like what system of life did I say that it's not a
We
human?
asked you what species it was, right?
And I said that, and I said that it's a part of the human species. I said that it's the biological offspring of two
But then
human
you said
parents.
necessary conditions to be a human. Because I wrote it
to
down.
be a human being. That's what I said. I'm recording this, and I'm going to go back and see how you're wrong.
Okay, sure. We're recording too.
Okay,
You said
fantastic.
what's the necessary conditions to be a human? You said human body,
Yes.
subjective experience, and viability.
Yes.
Nowhere did you say human being.
I did. Wait, hold on. I did say human being. In the first place, I said human. In the first place, I said human, and then y'all said, "Oh, but biologically, it is human." I said, "Yes, I agree that it's biologically human." I'm saying, whenever we're talking about philosophy, I'm saying that it's not a human in terms of its personal identity.
It's not a human according to its personal identity.
Obviously, what I'm talking about is like the necessary and sufficient conditions to like be a human being, right?
You mean it's not a person?
That's what I said.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like in accordance to like being a person, like being like a human like person,
holy
right?
shit. We asked him if that he meant personhood or a person. He was like, no, human.
I said in accordance to like a human being in accordance to like a person, right? Like and whenever you're tying the two together, right? Personhood
He's
and
so lying.
and
I
being a
cannot
human
wait
being.
to
No,
know.
I'm recording this, and I definitely said that. I remember what I said, unlike you two. The two
whole
women
chat.
under me. The
The
two women
whole-
under me y'all had twice the manpower, and somehow neither one of you remember what I was saying.
Okay, so all that's important is that it's biologically human, but it's not a person. That's all you mean?
I guess in a sense, yeah. Like whenever I'm talking about like human being, like I'm tying that into a person, but I'm not necessarily making saying that like you have to be a human being to be a person though. Like I'm just saying like human being in
Yeah, you can
accordance to
be
a
a
person. You get what
person.
I'm saying?
You can be a person and an alien.
Yeah, yeah. You can be a person and an alien. You could be a person and an animal under like animalism, things like that. You know.
Okay, so it's a human biologically, but it's not a person. Some humans are persons, but not all persons are humans.
Yeah, yeah. Something. I guess that is something like that, but it was more so like tying it into like personhood, right? Like tying in like human being, like what does it mean to be a human being, right? Like that was the argument that I was making in the first place.
All human being means there's a person.
Not necessarily. It would just be tying it into
It's a
like
human
what you
who's a
mean by whenever
person.
you say person and what you mean by whenever you say human.
So all human being means is a human who is a person.
Under my semantics, no. Like I gave the necessary conditions I gave her was like a human being has to be has to have a biological human body, right? Like and it has to have a conscious experience and has to be able
Those
to survive
are
outside of its host.
Yeah, but I'm unclear. Okay, so there's three terms being used here. There's human. I think we're clear on that.
Mhm.
Um, and then there's human being, which I'm unclear on what that means.
Yeah, so like that's what I was giving the necessary conditions for, like a human being. Like whenever I'm talking about like
I need the
philosophically
definition.
what a human is, like that's what I mean, not just biologically what a human is.
I need the definition though. So
Philosophically,
I'm
what a human being
unclear.
is, like an individual
I'm
member of
unclear
like a
about
rational species.
an individual member of a rational species.
And then the necessary and sufficient conditions would be like the conditions I gave earlier. But I guess that definition would apply to like let's say like aliens come in. That would apply to them, right? And that would mean that they're human beings. So like I would just change that definition with something else actually.
Like,
Now that
what
I
would
think
you
about
change?
that.
What would you change it to?
I would have to think more on that, on like what I would change it to, like philosophically.
Okay, I guess I'm unclear on what it means then.
Yeah, like I was, what we were mostly arguing about, I guess, was like personal identity. If you want to think about that more, it was mostly like animalism, like or like viability, but like there was some talk of like that I tried to give of animalism and psychological continuity.
Yeah, but
What?
look, I'm just trying to figure out how like what these terms mean when you invoke them. So we got
Yeah,
human.
like I was giving necessary
You mean
conditions, and as
the
for like
necessary
the
conditions? Don't
description,
tell
as
me
for
the
like the description
definition.
of a human
Bro. Why
being,
are you interrupting?
that would be
Why are you
something different.
interrupting? Why are you interrupting?
Go ahead.
I'm just trying to figure out the definitions of the words you're using. I don't need necessary conditions of the thing that I'm unclear on. Okay,
Yeah,
I'm
for
trying
like
to
a
get definitions
description
of
for a
the thing.
human being, that would be something.
Okay, so a human is a individual substance that is, an offspring of a mother and father with Homo sapien DNA.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm clear on that. Okay, what is a human being if not just a biological synonymous term for human?
I would say like it's like an individual like human of a rational species. Of like the rational species.
But that's true of the zygote. That's a human of a rational species.
No, because because that would be where I would invoke the necessary conditions.
Okay, are humans biologically a rational species?
Biologically rational species, yeah.
Okay. Is the embryo an individual human substance?
Yes, but then you would have to, but then you would invoke
It's the
either like
definition.
personal identity, but then you would either invoke like personal identity there, or you would invoke a flow. Like as in it has
Brother,
as the
brother,
capacity for these in the future, it has the capacity for
brother,
rationality in the future.
brother. It fits the definition already.
No, like as in it has the capacity because it doesn't fit the definition as of itself right now, right? Like it has the capacity for
Look,
rationality in the future, or like it has
look,
some sort of personal identity that's
look.
stays the same over time.
It's not what's in. Look, okay. Human being is defined as an individual substance of a rational species. Okay. Rational species is just another term for Homo sapien because you agreed that a Homo sapien is a rational species. Okay, so The embryo fits that because you've already agreed that it's a Homo sapien. Okay, and then it's an individual substance. You've also conceded to that, so it fits the entirety of your definition. What are you not getting?
No, because in terms of itself, it doesn't fit that definition, though. In terms of itself,
Is the embryo an individual substance?
the embryo is an organism. That's what I would define the embryo as.
That's a substance, yeah.
Yeah, but like I would just define it as an organism, like it's. I see it as no different than like a tree or something else like that.
That's fine. The trees are individual substances, right?
Yeah, so like I don't see it as the same as like a human being, like the rest of us.
That's a contradiction.
No, that's not a contradiction. I don't see reasons to believe it's the same as the rest of us.
That's a contradiction, bro. The contradiction is you're contradicting your definition right now.
How am I What was my definition, and how is that contradicting the definition?
I already said it. So a human being was an individual substance of a rational species. Okay, and you've also conceded that an embryo is an individual substance.
It doesn't meet the necessary conditions that I gave.
Bro, is an embryo an individual substance?
It doesn't meet the necessary conditions I gave.
That's not what I'm asking you.
Yes, it's individual substance, but it doesn't meet the necessary conditions that I gave.
Okay, it's an individual substance. Perfect. So that's the first half of the definition, an individual substance. And then there's the of a rational species. That's the other half.
Yes.
Okay? Is an embryo a part of the Homo sapien species?
Yes, it's a part of the Homo sapien species. It has two biological human parents, and it has the human DNA.
Okay, so is the human species a rational species?
It's a rational species, yes, but that doesn't mean that the fetus itself is rational. It has the capacity for rationality. It's not rational in and of itself.
Irrelevant.
It is relevant. That's one of the necessary conditions I gave earlier.
Bro, okay. You can say that it's not yet rational, and it's still part of the rational species, which you just conceded to.
But having the capacity for something doesn't necessarily mean that you have a right to that thing, though.
Brother. Okay, you just concede, like you just said it, okay? You just said it. An embryo is of a rational species. You just said that, okay?
The embryo is a human, yeah.
You also just said that it's an individual substance, okay? So an embryo fits the entirety of the definition of a human being.
It doesn't meet the necessary conditions that I gave, though.
There is no necessary conditions in definitions.
Yes, there is necessary conditions for being a human being.
That you gave.
You asked me for a description. That's a description. That's not the necessary conditions.
I'm not asking you about necessary conditions other than what's necessary for the definition to be true. So the necessary conditions you gave me, if you want to think of it this way, for a human being is it's necessary to be an individual substance, and it's necessary for you to be of a rational species. The embryo fits that definition.
No, you asked me for the definition of human being, and then I gave you the definition of human being, like what under my semantics, what a definition of a human being is.
You might not be able to consent to contracts, so I'm just going to stop talking to you.
Okay.
Right. Martha, how old are you?
Oh my God.
I had 3 children. I was pregnant when I was 15. And the doctor tells me if I should get an abortion, I go, hell no, I'm not going to get an abortion. That's murdering. That's killing a baby that's not even formed yet or nothing. It's in my stomach, and that's what it's supposed to be. It's in there, and you cannot kill that baby. It's still called a baby. And I was 15 years old, and I wouldn't go ahead and have my baby. I'm not saying, oh, I'm going to ruin my life. I'm pregnant. I'm so young. I should be running around and having fun. No, we do our thing. We got to pay for it. There's nothing to pay for. It's just, that's life. You know? Okay. I'm talking to them.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Martha. I
have
agree with
three.
most of what you said. Sure.
I have three. I have a daughter. She graduated. I had a son. He graduated. I had another. I got married again. I had another one at 30 years old, going on 31. Yeah, and I never wanted to kill my babies just because I was too young. I don't think so, but I was young enough to open my legs, huh?
Valid.
Yeah, awesome, huh?
Yeah.
But out there's that the baby, there is a baby in you. Once you get pregnant, there is a life already starting, even if it's 1 day, 2 days. It's still murdering the baby.
Absolutely.
Yep, it's still a baby. You want to ask me some questions too? I don't mind.
No, I think we have the same.
Yeah, see, yeah, and I wasn't even a Christian at the time. I wasn't even a Christian. I never said I didn't even know if there was a God or anything. But if I knew there was a God and I knew the 10 Commandments, it still wouldn't happen. No, I think God. I'm chosen. A God chosen one because He didn't want me to do that. Because 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 do it because do it because